America. Oh, how I love saying that.
The local housing market has been setting real estate records in the past year, and industry experts don't think it'll slow down anytime soon. SchoolsFirst Federal Credit Union can help homeowners finance some of those big decisions. Today, their manager of real estate originations, Lindsay Shores, is here to give her advice on refinancing home mortgages. Welcome to the show, Lindsay.
Good morning, Aubrey. Thank you for having me.
So obviously buying and selling and the mortgage rates, they all kind of work hand in hand and can drive the real estate market. Obviously here in the Sacramento region, very hot market. But are those rates starting to go up? I know that's kind of been the expectation, but what's really happening?
We did see a minor increase in the market earlier this year, but really rates have been stable year over year over the past few years. Currently, rates are still down, although economists are starting to speak about seeing a uptick in the market here on the horizon towards the latter part of this year and beginning into 2022. And even while we're seeing rates still, as they say, historically low, we are noticing that many homeowners still have yet to take advantage and refinance on the home loan that they have.
So you're saying that right now it might be a good idea to think about that refinancing if you're currently in a mortgage situation?
That is correct. What I would advise a current homeowner that hasn't taken advantage of the lower rates over the last 1 to 2 years is to really take a look at what your financial goals are. What are the benefits over the next 3, maybe 5 years? Do you see yourself in the home that you're in? Are you possibly going to outgrow it? Maybe you need to add on to your home, or maybe you're going to have a shift in your income. And really, it's identifying what is the goal, what is the financial goal that you're trying to achieve, and can a refinance help you get there?
What are some of the other reasons that someone might want to think about refinancing and how it could help their current situation?
Some of the most common is going to be refinancing to lower the interest rate, maybe lower the monthly payment at the same time, while other homeowners are looking to accelerate the payoff on that loan. So they're looking for a shorter term on the loan. It's possible that maybe a homeowner purchased a home and had to carry PMI insurance. With the hot market that we're seeing, it is possibly a very good opportunity for them to refinance and remove that private mortgage insurance, commonly known as PMI. And also very common right now, homeowners want to tap into the equity that they've accrued into their home.
And what are some of the things that they'll do when they do tap into that equity? What do they do with some of that money?
Absolutely, great question. Right now, we're seeing the two most common is going to be home improvements. Again, with it being such a hot market, maybe a homeowner has decided they don't want to move up or move down, so they want to take the equity out of their home to do some home improvements, build onto their home, remodel and refurbish. While maybe other homeowners want to do some debt consolidation. They want to get all of their consumer loans into their mortgage and reduce their monthly outgo. We also commonly see sometimes that they're taking equity out to, in fact, purchase an investment property or maybe a secondary vacation home. Also very common is college planning for their children, taking money out of their home so that they can finance the tuition and expenses that go along with putting your kids through school.
Yeah, those are a lot of great examples. One of the things you did mention was lowering a monthly payment, and obviously that sounds good to a lot of people. And you also mentioned reducing the term of the loan. Can you expand on those items?
I would be happy to. So when you refinance and you go into a 30-year mortgage, which is very traditional, very common, it's going to give you the lowest monthly payment, but it's going to be the longest term. Very common, it's also going to be the highest interest rate. Now, if we looked at a scenario where a homeowner purchased a home, we're going to use this example here, 3 years ago, and they purchased it at $400,000. Let's say that they put 10% down, and currently they have a balance of $341,500 on that loan. Interest rates about 3 years ago were running about 4.5%. So in this scenario, we're going to look at refinancing in today's market at 3%, and that's going to drop their monthly payment to $1,440. Now, let's use an example of that $1,440 new monthly payment. But if you continue to make the same monthly payment as what you've been making now at $1,962, you are going to accelerate and pay it off sooner than 30 years. Now, here's the part where we had mentioned about a shorter term. Looking at a 15-year fix, you can see the interest rate there in the low 2%. However, it's going to be the highest monthly payment for a homeowner. This is really going to come in good if you're wanting to pay off your loan early, maybe go into retirement and be mortgage free, or maybe you don't want to pay interest over the course of 30 years.
All right. So a lot of good information there, probably even more information you can share. If there are homeowners that want to get started, they're thinking about some of the things you said, how can they do that?
I would highly recommend give Schools First or your local credit union, local trusted advisor a phone call. Be prepared. Start to gather your documents. You want to collect things such as a current mortgage statement, your homeowner's insurance, your annual property tax bill. Also highly encourage that as a consumer, you get a copy of your free credit report and credit scores, and then call and get consultation. We like to take an educational approach, educate you as the homeowner what your options are here at Schools First.
Lindsay, thanks so much for joining us today. If you want more on refinancing your home and other services that they offer, visit SchoolsFirstFCU.org. Time and money are two of the most things that we value.